having a celebration of the artists, an artist honoring ceremony. We've brought together 16 musicians from many different cultures around the world, Africa, India, various parts of Asia, also the United States, to celebrate transition stage, life of the Music of the World label. And we've had just wonderful opportunity to be with musicians and to share each other's culture, to perform for each other, to learn from each other, and to celebrate together. And this marks the 18th birthday of the label that I founded, 1982, and it also brings to a close a certain phase in the label's life, and it's a bit of a rebirth celebration for what is yet to come for the musicians and for the label and for me personally.
My professional career in music. Thank you very, very much for being here. It's a tremendous pleasure, and bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
I saw him put this whole company together with cassettes, and I saw him build it up over the years, and he did this amazing thing, created this amazing phenomenon, music of the world.
I feel like the music will continue to grow. Right now it's in a kind of a tenuous state, in a virtual situation. We don't really know what's going to happen, but I think it's going to get relicensed and it's going to appear in physical product form.
So you don't feel like you're leaving it. It's kind of like just growing, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just letting it go.
Yeah, so we shouldn't feel so sad.
I don't think so. It's like when you raise a kid and then you send them off to school.
Yeah.
That's what they tell me anyway.
I heard it.
With Glen in '89. So this would have had to be somewhere in the same.
Or something else, the same session with Glen? Ramana? Was that the same session? Or was it?
It was a different session.
Ramana was.
Yes, it's great.
Done.
Good.
That's where I met Helene in Crete. Really? Back in '73. Okay. No, that thing, you know, that
No,
flag.
the one that we were going to hope that we
Yeah, I
could
think
do.
He's looking at you like this.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well,
It'll be something like that.
I'm going to scatter with you, so we should figure it out.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we should practice. Okay.
Yeah, we should practice a little bit.
Then we should practice.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. And then
Mike joins in, you know.
Solos, then you solo.
Then you solo. I know it's going to be a great concert. You couldn't do better.
Yes, we have. And I'm in touch with Isabel.
To work with Bob has been, I'm sure, not just for myself, but for a lot of people, a soulful and creative experience. Just to be able to do what you do with another person that is so into the whole vibe of world music. And just is so aware, as a musician himself, of the different grooves and the harmonies and the just all the intricacies that go into combinations of different people that he puts together. It's been a great experience, not just for Bob and the label, but for all of us. We've all learned from each other. I know when I'm listening to the CDs we're listening to now, I haven't listened to them that much for the last few years. I don't have a chance to. And I remember the experiences in the studio where if you're with a certain instrument that you haven't played together before, you have to find a certain groove and a certain feeling that matches theirs and still continue to keep your own personality. And finding your way in and out of these atmospheres, I guess for the last 18 years has been good for all of us. And I know Bob is the figurehead, feels like the father or the mother giving birth for these different situations. And it's just been wonderful.
You were playing that big dinosaur keyboard, man. I can't remember. It's gigantic. It must have weighed 180 pounds. And
There's a picture
we're all
of us at
dressed
the
up in tuxedos. Yeah, right there, posing at some club date. Good. 17 years ago? Something like
Must
that?
be, yeah.
18?
This big candle is for Bob Haddad, who is the creative spark. Yes. For Music of the World.
light it.
Yeah.
Let's Bob light it. There you go. Go for it. Thank you. Woo! We have 18 candles here, and we want to invite musicians who have recorded with Bob to come forward and light their candle from Bob's spark. Oh, from Bob's creative spark.
I'll go.
Yes, and if you'd like to say a word, do so.
Tell some secrets about Bob.
Can I put it here?
Yes, anywhere you want is great.
You don't even have to be true.
You can make it up.
I can do that, Jim.
Just stand like this. I don't have any words to express my debt of gratitude to him. He's a great, I mean, as you said, spark of light for my music. Thank you.
I know Bob from before Music of the World, and we go back to the early 80s, and he's one of my best friends in the world. And I saw him build up this company from a little cassette making thing in his living room to a great phenomenon and a great contribution to music. And I was thrilled to be the little minor part that I had on Nomad Christmas. I appreciate that, and really proud of everything that you accomplished with Music of the World. And it's been great.
Well, I'm originally from Cambodia, and I also have known Bob way back before Music of the World. Started with the cassette and all that, and it's very honor for me to be Bob's friend and to be part of this event. And I think Bob does everything from his heart and with great care. And as an artist, I really appreciate what you have been doing, and you really did a great job. And thank you very much. I hope whatever you will do, you will not forget us, and we will be with you all the time.
Without Bob, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to play with and meet all the really great musicians that are here, and that I got to play on some of their recordings. And also, through that, I gained a new friend and confidant. And we've had a lot of good talks, and I thank you for that and the music.
It certainly was. I think the first tape that I ever put out was Bob's idea, and I thought at that time, couldn't imagine putting out a percussion tape, and so I guess you could say he kind of launched me to wherever I am now. So I'd like to thank you, Bob.
When Bob asked me to record for him, it came after a long period from previous recording, and almost to the point of saying, well, you know, what's really happening here? And so his timing was very good. The man took some chances.
I think just having everybody here today really brings up for all of us, and certainly for me personally, what a kind of vision of music you had from the start, the kind of journey that a lot of us went on in being dedicated to music that was kind of a rarity in 1980, in 1982, and 1985, and you know, well on until more recent years. And I think it's just really a privilege and kind of a special thing to have been sort of along on this evolution of how you developed this, how you got the music out, and I just wish you the best for what the next chapter is.
like the blue, the hope for Bob. I really appreciate his consideration about Vietnamese music, which is not much known in the U.S. And he gave a title to my CD, Song of the Banyan. That is now known everywhere in the U.S. So I am grateful to him. I'm grateful to his work for world music. And I think that this is not the end of, but it's a continuation or change or shift in his career. So I would say he has a very nice heart that I love him.
I just want to thank you for your love and your expertise, your knowledge of the music, and the chance to be in your world the last 18 years. It's been great, I'm sure, for all of us, but definitely for me. Thank you.
It's a, you know, everyone knows here, everyone knows what it is, and it's pretty amazing, like Steve was saying, how it started as such an underdog kind of a thing, and the only kind of person who would do something like that is someone who really loved what he does. He loves what he does, or else he wouldn't have us all here today. And I just want to thank you for having this gathering, man. It's really beautiful. Yeah.
I think that, I don't know when we first met, but certainly seems to be a long time ago. And I think I'd like to thank you for being able to continue on the thing that all of us have started in our various ways over the years, and really keep going at it, because I definitely know that it's not easy. And thanks, Bob. And I hope something will continue in this spirit with you as long as it can.
I would like to thank Robert for putting out such an extraordinarily rich series of traditional recordings, innovative recordings, but also recordings from the heart, from his heart, and the musicians that he has recorded. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brian. It was always really clear that every one of the recordings came from the heart, and that's what people are saying, and it's so true that every album was something that Bob really loved and cared about, and it made it special for us, because we could see that, and it made it easier for us to work hard on the albums and try to make them available. But too, the best part for me was being able to say, oh, I'm going to this AFM convention, but Bob will be there and I'll be able to have dinner with him, and it'll be bearable because they're such horrible events. And I'm really honored to be here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I think what Bob has done for a lot of us is to expand our horizons, give us new opportunities, learn new things, do things a different way, try something we've never tried before. What could be more fun?
In 1995, I got something in me to get back into the record business. I hadn't been in it for about 5 years, and I went around looking for things to do in the region. And when I had an interview with this man, it became clear to me that what he was about was not selling records so much as positive transformation through music. And that was when I made my choice to be with him. And I'm so grateful for my relationship with you as a mentor and a friend. Thank you.
What differentiates, I think, something like Music of the World from a lot of what's going on is sort of a commitment to the quality of of the music and a joy in the music that doesn't go away over the years. And you could see from all the people here that's reflected back on you from all the musicians you've worked with, and I'm sure you'll take that sort of commitment and integrity into future projects that will move this same kind of music that's so important and that doesn't always get served as well as you have served it into other aspects of the internet and various other things to keep it going in the future. And I think you're so important in presenting and creating some of this music in a way that people who just buy the CDs don't realize and don't know what's behind it. So I think you'll keep on doing that in different fashions. And we all appreciate, and I certainly appreciate, working with you on the ones that I've worked with in the past and hope to continue in whatever format in the future. Thank you, Ed.
He was the chair of the World Music Special Interest Group at the Association for Independent Music, and he created a new category for traditional world music. He implemented a lot of different tools to help sell world music and educate the public and the retailers and just promote the music as much as possible, because he's a man that put a lot of work, even though it's not being the chair of this trade group is not a paid job. So he just put lots of hours, lots of work, and he educated a lot of people, and I'm one of those persons that learned a lot from him. I ended up working for him for about a year, and I want to thank him for everything he's taught me and also everything he's done for world music in general.
Thank you.
My only regret is that I can't play the music of all these musicians on WNCU, which is jazz, but one night I did. You can imagine who was on the phone. So we got to be friends that way, and then at Christmas time I played the Nomad record without permission from the Pirate Power. It was a jazzy night, wasn't it, Bob? Thank you for inviting me to share this with all the people who love you.
Thank you, Rex. You know, what comes around goes around, and I need to thank you all individually, each one of you, the musicians, the music industry people, my local community of friends here, extended friends through other friends that have come here, and to thank you very much for making this probably one of the single most important days in my life. All right. The key piece that I would like all of us to at least understand and or maybe play on in whatever your instruments are, if they fit the mode, is this piece, Raga's piece, called Shiva Ganga. And that's what we're going to do now. And if you can just keep it in your minds, and there's going to be, you know, pianos, drums, shawms, zithers. As long as it works, we're playing in F, right? Yeah. Okay, so if you can play around that in F in whatever your mode is, that would be great. And this will probably be the last piece of the show. So we should at least have that one where we know it fairly well. And Raga will take it over from here. Can we just do the melody again? Can we play it a little slower so everybody can get, because it'd be great to get as many people play in unison. Once again, so they learn it. Keep going.
It's a pleasure to have been accompanied by Sahil with the drum there, and now it's also another second pleasure for me to help Badal to accompany me with the tabla. I'm going in to improvise on this monochord one-string instrument called danbo.
This is the one.
musicians on the stage, please. Please come on up. A special note of homage to my trusted assistant, Michelle Carter. Without whom Music of the World really wouldn't have operated on a daily basis. She was the operational manager. I mean, her title in my mind and in my heart just kept changing. You know, from general manager to assistant to the president to, you know, operations COO, you know, is what she wound up being. And I'd like to ask Michelle to come forward because I have something to give her. Michelle Carter, folks. Round of applause for my assistant. I had a mentor in my life, or a role model, or a guru. It would be Robert Browning. And those of you that don't know Robert, you need to know him, or you know him in your heart. Robert, he provided an avenue for all of us to grow. And the musicians flourished with his presentations and his hard work. And people like me who were soaking up world music at a time where I was turning off from pop and turning on to India and jazz. And it was through Robert's efforts, single-handedly, that I got to know many of the musicians on the Music of the World label. I mean, almost all of you here, you know, are related to the World Music Institute one way or the other. And the World Music Institute is Robert and his wife, Helene Browning. So to Robert, for your achievements and tireless work in world music through the World Music Institute, for your collaboration with and encouragement of the Music of the World label since its inception in 1982. Thank you very much.